We're talking about the Pistons and the Cavs. But before, let's have a brief talk about OKC. OKC will destroy the Lakers. Lakers have no chance, blah, blah, blah. OKC will beat the Spurs because they don't have enough firepower. Yes, I get the season. The Spurs destroyed them on those games, but this is different. Spurs need a power forward, like I talked about in my previous video. The reason they need a power forward is because they need to spread the floor more instead of just having lob, kick out, three. They need more. Power forward will help space everything, especially for a Thunder team. They got too much people on that team, too much big bodies on that team that they can put Wemby on hold, etc. And they got if everyone on their team is clicking, I don't see the Spurs having a chance. If I'm being honest, I think they win in 6 because they got Chet in the middle. Shea is a problem. They got the 2 Jalen Williams that are big problems. Yes, big problems with them. And then they got a 3-point guy. I forgot his name, but you know who I'm talking. Lou Dort. Lou Dort's really good in the playoffs. He usually does really good. Okay. So enough talking about that. Let's talk about this Cavs and Pistons. This Cavs and Pistons is a tough thing to talk about, but I think I weeded it out to pick a winner. Now, I think the Pistons will beat out the Cavs. Now, listen. They have a chance to knock out the Cavs for good, but you got to listen. The Pistons are one of the best defensive teams because they're very handsy like the Timberwolves. But unlike the Timberwolves, they all have like good defense to lock you up to get a steal. The Timberwolves have good defense, but they poke at it, they snatch at it, they can call a foul. On the Pistons side, they're able to lock you up to get you that steal instead of turning into a foul. That's a difference. And they all play as a collective defensively, which helps with a big turnover. That's what they need, and that's going to happen a lot. Expect the Cavaliers to have a lot of turnovers. Why? Let me explain. Now, Harden, Mitchell cannot play on the same floor together versus the Pistons. The Pistons will love that. They will hound them. Let me explain what I mean. So, Mitchell is a very offensive-oriented player. He likes having the ball with himself. Harden likes having the ball with himself. They both stand at the 3-point line. Mitchell has the ball. You see it on the court. When Mitchell has the ball, Harden is over there on the other side of the 3-point, and he's looking at him, does his ISO. Maybe he shoots a 3. Maybe he gets to the middle, do a shot. Maybe he gets to the paint. And Harden just stays there behind the 3. Maybe Mitchell passes it to him. He builds him out with a 3-pointer. Or if you give Harden the ball, he does about the same thing Mitchell did, except taking that mid-range jumper. So he would either take that 3 or get to the paint and do the layup. Now, Pistons love this. If they do that, the Pistons would just hound them. A good way to stop that, a good way to stop a defensive team is moving without the ball. Because if Harden moves without the ball, they can set a screens, defensive killers. They can switch. They can do all that stuff to generate offense if they do all of that. But if Harden is on the court with Mitchell, he is not going to want to set a screen. He's not going to want to cut to the middle. He's not going to want to do any of that. He's going to want to stand there by 3 and wait to shoot a 3 to bail him out, which is not going to work. You're going to have to move without the ball. You're going to have to work with Mitchell to get free, or else the Pistons will steal the ball and it will be a turnover. Mitchell, he needs to change up his way of how he plays a little bit, because a lot of times he takes these long ball, he takes these big deep threes, But sometimes he's dribbling on somebody and then he step back and he chucks one. He can't be doing that a lot of the games. He gets a lot of big points just by doing that, just by chucking a three and getting lucky it goes in. He can't keep doing that. Yeah, I get it if he's coming back from a fast break or if he's wide open. Sure, but if someone's guarding you, do not, because you're going to waste that possession. And against a defensive team like the Pistons, if the Pistons come like as a defensive team as they should be, then Mitchell will have a hard time doing that. James Harden, he'll get a couple threes, doing his regular. He'll come down, he'll get a lob here and there to Mobley, Allen. It's like how he usually does. But it's not going to last for that long. And then for the Pistons, having a Jalen Duren is really, really, really good for them. Because Jalen Duren, he's a big body. He always gets to the paint. He always gets to his spots. He has some really good touches around the rim. He can put a body on Mobley. He can put a body on Allen. Because they are the two... Well, I don't want to say that, but, they're the two... I don't want to say that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, 2001, I don't want to bring that up. But, they're the two, but they're very skinny. So Jalen Duren will be able to get a lot of buckets around the rim for them, and that will help them a lot because the Cavs can't attack them. So they will have to go to other guys to attack. The three-point shots will be good if they can move without the ball and free up the three-point shooters on the outsides. Pistons would have to come with that team defense every single game if they want to beat the Cavs. And the Cavs, Harden and Mitchell will have to move without the ball. That's the only reason the Raptors came back on them and almost beat them in the series, because they let Barnes and they let Ingram get what they wanted. Harden don't play defense. Mitchell's not that good on defense. It's gonna be hard for them. So it's gonna be easy for them to easy shoot. And then on the Pistons, Cade, unstoppable. He can shoot. They gotta put someone on him. They can't have Mitchell on him. That is not good. If you put Mitchell on him, he's gonna cook Mitchell all game. Mitchell doesn't have that good of a defense to be guarding Cade Cunningham. Listen, it's true. Mitchell's got the offense if he's not jacking up deep threes if he's heavily guarded. Okay? When it comes to offense, they need to put something on him. Put someone on him. Put something on him. I don't know what I was talking about there. But yeah, Pistons got to come with the defense. Mitchell and Harden will have to move without the ball. The reason I say Pistons will win is because I don't believe the Cavs will do what they should be doing, which is move without the ball with having them two on the court. And their egos is going to make sure that they're both on that court. So that's why I think the Pistons will win. And they can feed it to Jalen Duren, Cade Cunningham. He could do his thing. I won't be surprised if the Cavs figure out a way to get around that and to find their offense, because they could. They have the firepower. They have the shooting. They have all of that. Anything can happen. That's why this is a very ticky-tacky type of playoff game. It's the hardest game to judge, I think. It's the hardest. All the others are pretty easy if they do what they're supposed to do. But this game is going to be hard. If the Pistons come with that defense that they did in the ending of the Magic game, I don't think that the Cavs have a chance, because that defense is going to hound Mitchell and Harden when they try to run their offense. I think the Cavs are going to get a lot of turnovers with that defense, with the way how they play. And they can't get the lob as much because they have Duren on the floor. So they would have to get Duran on foul trouble just to get their bigs onto something. Um, Mobley can hit a three easily. That's a good offense for the Cavs. Mobley needs to be on it when he's shooting threes because Duran's not going to be able to do that. You can have Duran and Allen both on the floor. That would be really good because all the Pistons got for their big guy is Duran. So if Allen could do the center position where he's in the paint, and then Mobley, he played more of a power forward. He shoots the three, or maybe he can drive, kick it to Allen. That'll be pretty unstoppable. The Pistons will have to do team defense, but they'll quickly figure out that Duran has to stay in the paint, and they'll not make him go out to the three. So there is that. But you see, like I said, it's ticky-tacky. It could go either way. It's the toughest series, I think. And see ya.